This next technique is called the latch hook. We will be using 3 colors of yarn. To begin, you will need about 5 arm lengths of yarn of each of the 3 colors. We will size down this yarn by cutting it into 6-inch strips. First, get a ruler, measure out your yarn to about 12 inches, cut it at the 12-inch mark, fold it in half, and then cut it. That should give you 6 inches of yarn for your latch hook pieces. You don't want your yarn too short or it will be hard to tie the latch hook knot. Take one of the 6-inch pieces of yarn, fold it in half, creating a loop. Place the loop under one of the warp threads. Then pull the loop up and take the 2 loose ends and put them through the center of the loop. Once you have the ends pulled through the center of the loop, then you're going to pull on the ends, creating your latch hook knot. Now you can get creative with color. I'm going to be making a pattern. The next color I chose is orange. So again, make a loop, fold it in half, make a loop, place the loop under your warp thread, push the loop up, and then take the ends and put them through the center of the loop. Grab the ends on the other side and pull it snug up next to your other latch hook knot. Grab your third color. I chose red. Again, fold your 6-inch piece in half, creating a loop. Take this loop, place it underneath the warp thread, push the loop up, and take the ends through the center of the loop. Grab them on the other side and pull it snug. Take a closer look and you can see my pattern, yellow, orange, red. I'm going to repeat this pattern down the warp thread. If you run out of your 6-inch pieces, use your ruler, measure out 12 inches again, cut it off, and then fold that in half at the 6-inch mark and cut it. Now you have 6-inch pieces to work with. Continue making latch hook knots in a pattern in your desired area until it is full. These latch hook pieces reminded me of the sunset, rays coming out from the sun. You can leave these the same length, or if you want, you can trim these down to a shorter length. Just be careful not to cut the warp thread. Have fun creating your latch hook pieces. Now I will be demonstrating using the column technique with multi-colored yarn. Begin by tying the ends to the back of your loom and then start weaving on the front side. Weave under, over, filling your desired area. Once you get to the end, reverse directions and start weaving back the other way. Weave in the pattern under, over. When you're done weaving, flip your loom over and tie off the end in the back with a double knot, or you can back weave the end. Now, take a closer look. Look at this column technique. Under, over. In a different area of the loom, I am going to repeat the Egyptian knot technique with a different color. Gather about 5 to 6 arms lengths worth of thread. Thread it through your needle and then tie the ends to the back of your loom, and then begin weaving. On the front side, you're going to weave under 2 warp threads and then back around 1. Continue this same process. Under 2 warp threads and then back around 1, creating your Egyptian knot. Once you get to the end of your desired area, then just reverse directions. Go back the way you came. Go under 2 and back around 1, creating the Egyptian knot in the other direction. These Egyptian knots remind me of the rays of sun streaking through a blue sky. This last technique that I will be demonstrating is called a Sinna knot. To create a Sinna knot, you're going to make 2 loops on the same warp thread. The first loop is loose, kind of like an upside down rainbow. The second loop, when you wrap it around that warp thread the second time, you're going to create a knot. Let's take a closer look. You're going to create the first loop, wrap it around the warp thread and leave it kind of loose. You can hold it in place with a finger. Don't let it get tight. Then wrap a second time around that same warp thread. Now when you wrap it around the second time, you're going to go back through the center of that second loop. This is going to create that knot. When you get it through that loop, pull it tight and push it up against the edge of your loom. This Sinna knot technique creates fun, whimsical loops. When you're finished, flip your loom over and on the back side, tie it off with a double knot. Have fun creating your whimsical Sinna knots. You can also create purposeful holes by leaving some of the warp strings exposed to form unwoven holes. This adds another form of interest in your design. Have fun weaving your branch loom using a variety of weaving techniques.